So this will be my last blog. EIA, thank you. Um, this has been a great experience. I've done some killer networking with people all over the world. I didn't know Estonia existed before I came here, so hey, I'm just a little less American ignorant. Uh, Actually, thank you to the Estonians that actually came and like the rest of the staff, like Ali, Luke, like all the mentors, like they put in so much work and preparation to make it happen. Like, thank you to them. You too, more. Thank you. Assuming that you actually are watching this video, appreciate your work and everything that you do, kind of on the back end. Obviously, Ken is great, and all of the other mentors that I had a chance to meet and interact with. Super happy to have had the opportunity to come here and to network with them. Priceless. It's priceless. Uh, what else? Um, yeah, I think I'm gonna miss France a little bit. When I finally found out like some places that weren't like 25 euros to eat, like each time, a couple kebab places. I found a couple places that had like nice salads. I figured out that a latte was a cafe au lait, and like where the supermarket was, things started rolling a little bit better. Got a little less expensive, but Europe is expensive. I need to get out of here like a week ago. um, but I will miss France. Uh, I think maybe I'll pick up my French a little bit more. I learned some French while I was out here, and that was really cool. But this whole like je voudrais un café au lait s'il vous plaît, like that thing, it's not in English or Spanish, which is like the two languages I know. That is like it was totally destroyed any French learning uh, that was gonna happen. Um, but yeah, it's been super good, super chill. Final thoughts on my team, maybe. I had a talk with Ben and Ahmad actually about continuing it on, even though Hike thinks he would be able to do that alone with Maria. They're crazy. But all right, actually, Ben and Frederic are locals. Ahmad and we could develop anywhere we wanted to. We're developers. I can code from Mars if there's oxygen and food, and a link. um, Ben's and as a pharmacist, which is pretty good, and Frederic actually has like all like the like network connections with the local pharmacies. So I told them that if they wanted to like continue to work on this, you know, we'd have to have like a plan to go forward. But like, what do they think? And it's funny, they've actually both think that Maria is quite valuable as a link between like pharmacies and distributors. She is. Her dad's CEO of McKesson. I couldn't work with Hike because I don't trust him. It's a really important quality to have is like being able to trust the people that you work with. And I don't think that I would feel comfortable having to wonder is someone being honest or not? Are they doing other things in the shadows? Like that's like not cool. I don't operate like that. Like I I'm serious enough when it comes to work, so I yeah, I wouldn't work with him just based on trust issues alone. So I told Ben that I was like, well, Maria, yes, could very much be valuable, but like Maria and Hike the whole time weren't listening to us. They weren't trying to like actually deliver like a user-centric or customer-focused solution to like actually one of their pain points. They were just like, oh, we're gonna do this thing. It's gonna be great. It's gonna save money, and then we're gonna like sell it to them, or they're gonna use it. And like that's possible, but a more probable solution is like, hey, like, what do you use, and like, what are your current problems, and like, hey, like, I made this application or this piece of software that like removes that headache from you. Oh, it happens to be a little bit faster. Oh, you happen to save a little bit of money because like some special sauce, special sauce like forecasting algorithms that I came up with or something. Um, so actually, Ben and Frederic to me seem a little bit more valuable because Ben's aunt is like maybe more of a prototypical like user, or maybe like the prototypical persona of a pharmacist in France, like a little more closed off, not maybe open to that technology and new ways of thinking. So if we could like deliver a solution to her, like that would just make us more credible. Like if we actually went out to other pharmacies and asked them to like use our service. So there's that option, but they both were like, well, I think we want to give maybe Maria a week or so to see if she really determines that working with Hike isn't all that she thinks it will be, uh, which I actually value and respect and appreciate their perspective. I was trying to communicate that well, that we very well, if we were to continue and we started with like a customer based like solution for the pharmacist, we very well might need to contact Maria like down the road for that. I don't know, that connection or uh, that part of the puzzle, linking up like the pharmacies and the distributors and the pharmaceutical labs. But that's almost like a step ahead. Like we need one customer, one first, maybe a couple, maybe just do like one or two things really well for them. Then you add in like all this other stuff, you know, distributors and pharmacy labs and things. And so I think they kind of saw the point of that, but they both agreed that they wanted to maybe wait and see and contact Maria about it. And I respect that. And I get that. I think that's good. I would be open to working with Maria again. I think that, how do I say this without being too mean? She's a little slower to process all of the information that's in front of her. She's intelligent and smart. Um, but when you always have someone maybe talking to you, or if something's always going on, if you're always getting like new information from your surroundings, then it's really hard to like sort of digest it all and process it. So maybe when she kind of gets away from everyone, like in this next week, maybe she'll reflect back and maybe she'll reach out to us. I would hope that she would reach out to us and realize that maybe she didn't treat us very well at the end. Uh, she seems like the type to reach out. I hope so. I mean, it'd be really cool. I feel like I have a bad taste in my mouth over this because it's like a missed opportunity for me or for all of us. Like, there's clearly like a market for like a service that we could provide, and the market is like huge. So if we even got a piece of it, we'd be killing it. But Maria can't be CEO because if she couldn't see like the issue with like the financial stuff on the slides that Hype provided, and she isn't able to like separate personal from business and make some of those really hard business decisions that you need to make as a leader in a company, then she can't be CEO for that. Anyways, any other final thoughts for you guys? I don't know. I think maybe I'll just end with that. Like I said, it's been a blast. I miss France. Yay, this was great. Um, Maybe I'll look into like maybe another startup accelerator somewhere else, and hopefully, if I do a startup accelerator again, uh, I don't know, we'll be more successful. I feel like there's things with my experience and age that I wasn't able to leverage. Um, I was able to leverage it with most of the team. I don't like to have to force my thoughts and ideas down people's throats. Some people like to lead like that. I don't. See, there were some things with my experience that I thought I'd have an easier time with people sort of understanding. But Hike was just always talking into Maria's ear, and I was actually surprised that she was able to be so manipulated by him. Uh, what you gonna do? It's a learning experience. Would I do things differently next time? For sure. I think I had a thought to walk away from this team before Ami left, before Ami saw the problems. The first thing I actually asked Hike when I met him was, you know, he was talking about the market, and he was just like talk, 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 and I was like, you know, I kind of like really dislike people like that. And I was like, you show me like the numbers for this on paper, write it down, show it to me on paper. And week had passed, but see, EIA hadn't started yet. It was just like the first week where the Berkeley students were there, and EIA hadn't started. So then I waited like that extra week for EIA. I don't know. I gave him like an extra week, and he hadn't. I don't know. Then it turned into like excuses, and he's sick, and market research, and all this other stuff. And then I had to develop something that like we hadn't actually gone and researched and gotten the correct information from the customer. So I don't know. Maybe I should just walked away that first week when he didn't actually have that information and just been like, hey, sorry, Ami, you know, I really like you, we're friends, but I think this guy's full of shit. I probably should have communicated that to her, and then we could have addressed it. I'll own up to that. Other than that, I feel like I've communicated more or less pretty well uh, from the rest of the team. Ahmad, Ben, Frederic, they had shared uh, their delight in my wisdom, my experience, my usual joy. Usually I wasn't grumpy, but the couple times where I did kind of have to be more stern, or I don't know, I don't want to discriminate myself too much. You'd have to watch maybe some of my previous blogs where I'm cursing people out or something. They said they appreciated it in those moments because it was like super focused and narrow, and they felt the same way. So that's an interesting feedback, because usually when you think of exploding at someone or really getting upset at them, I don't know. I think that, oh, that's like usually like never good. Like there's always like a better way to handle the situation. But they both were like, no, like thank you for those times because I felt that way. It like uh, I don't know. So that was interesting. I wasn't expecting that like at all. I don't like flat people. Uh, Self reflections check. Team reflection check. EIA check. France check. I hate spiders. Yeah, there's one of the spiders I killed, the one that bit me. It was this big. I killed one a couple days ago, maybe a week ago. It was all bright red, super bright red, like as bright as the recording text on the camera. Like if it had been any more red, and if it had just a spot of blue, it would have been Spider-Man. Like that's how red it was. So yeah, bugs in California aren't like that. The Hornets, I saw the Hornets. It's like crazy big. Hold on, where am I at? My orientation's all off. Like I saw one yesterday when I was having lunch. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Run away fast. Yeah. People had issues with hornets going in their rooms because they sprayed a hornet's nest down with water here. Wow. I'm glad I have a screen on my window. I don't know what I'd do if I had a hornet that big in my room. I'd probably cry and then sleep somewhere else. Yeah, but France is cool. Baguettes, a little too much bread. Pasta's good, really good clams, mussels. Beautiful place, beautiful beach. I still don't really get why the beach is rocks as opposed to sand. Um, and then obviously they don't want you throwing the rocks in the ocean, but like it's such like a temptation to like if you're sitting on the beach and like there's a rock right there. I don't know. I fidget. What else about France? I'm kind of bummed out. I bought this €30 fan that I'm just gonna have to like, throw away. That sucks. It's a waste of money. France is dope. Um, okay, that's it for real. Thanks. See you guys.